Welcome everybody to the Borderlines pay-per-view. I'm just so very excited to be here tonight at the commentary's desk. I guess we're gonna forego our usual entrance and get right to the matches because there's just so much on the card tonight that I can barely contain myself. I really can't. Look at me, Blaze. I'm shaking. I'm shaking all over the place. But do you believe it? I'm shaking. That's how excited I am tonight. Blaze, Blaze. Oh, I didn't introduce us, did I?
You gotta calm down. You gotta calm down, Jack. You gotta calm down.
I just
I know you're not used to this type of thing without Mr. Shovel being involved. But
well,
yeah.
well, Mr. Shovel usually, yeah, he calms me right down, as in knocks me out. But that's neither here nor there. It's just a huge card tonight. We have 32 competitors tonight, all on 4-on-4 matches that are just all going to be in the ring. It just all kinds of matches. We have huge debuts tonight. Did I say debuts?
I think you did.
Well, to be fair, that's how it's spelled. So why shouldn't it be?
Well, there's a lot of reasons why things shouldn't be as they're spelled sometimes. It's just the way it is. Don't question these things.
You're definitely right there, Blaze. But anyway, I'm Jack Human, beside my commentary partner.
Yeah, Blaze Garlemald. Now it's time to talk about these matches. How do you win these matches, Jack?
Oh, it's very simple. It'll be 4-on-4 matches that once you are pinned or submitted or even knocked out, you go to the back. Your team keeps on continuing, but you are done. That is it. That is all for you.
I wonder how many knockouts I'll see today.
Well, it is a pay-per-view, so, you might as well open up a bottle of your, Royal Red wine stuff and make a drinking game out of it. I think that'd be fun.
I'm hoping to open up a can of whoop ass, actually. But that would be a great drinking game. Take a sip for every knockout, 3 sips for every Lala knockout.
And we're getting a beautiful view of our Borderlines pay-per-view arena as Lala Land makes their way down to the ring.
Had a good budget for this one.
Of course. Joshy on the right, Rin on the left. They're 2 of the 4 members of Lala Land.
I'm getting tired of these little guys' antics. Always popping up. Like they did last time, through the ring and all that crap.
Well, they've been on an amazing streak, winning streak as of late.
I don't trust them.
What's not to trust? They're just a bunch of guys looking to have a good time.
Yeah, that's how a lot of people end up in jail. Just a few guys looking to have a good time this year. That fool inside the ring, he's definitely over the line.
Well, I definitely think that there might be some shenanigans with these guys again.
Oh, I do believe it. It always is.
I've got to say, that's an exciting word, too. Shenanigans.
And we got a new drinking game. Half a shot for every shenanigan.
And in comes Tatio. Big tap there on the right. Tio, of course. Now Tat is a massive row. They're going to be partnered up with the Rollers of Destruction. I don't like Lala Land's chances tonight. They may have been on a streak, but that may come to an end tonight.
I don't know. They've been putting down Rose for a while now. He's like they're on an assembly line for Rose to just stand him up and knock him down.
Well, I certainly think that they're out to prove a point. Like, I mean, they've already taken down the Rollers of Destruction. They've taken down Dr. Octopus.
That's a big guy, too.
That's about 28 rows.
Row. Cameraman really seems to love the audience tonight for some reason.
Well, he's enjoying taking shots of the beautiful arena that we're in. Blaze, I hear that you may have had some input in putting some of this design together for the arena.
Oh, well, this is the ancient Coliseum build for the Empire for when you have massive fights, you know. Easy to get the blood up, pretty much. That's the only thing. Couple designs.
But isn't it always massive fights in the Empire?
Well, there you go. Just had to call in a few favors and get it shipped down.
There's not really too many small squabbles in the Empire, is there?
Well, there was one time I ate some bad food that was a small squabble.
Oh.
But, yeah. Even that happened in Lemza. You know those crabs. Gotta watch out for them.
Well, Limsa usually has beautiful seafood. I've never really had any problems there. In fact, one time I went there and had some wonderful, I mean beautiful fish tacos.
You gotta try some of the clams. They're awesome.
I do like some clams. You know, the waitress that was serving me, she didn't even mention her clams. I munched on her fish tacos for quite a while, but yeah, she never mentioned nothing about her clams. So
You must not have been a very high temper there, Jack.
Well, you know, it's this. You already pay for the meal. Like, I mean, those waitresses are getting paid.
Well, you know, if you want more, sometimes you just got to give a bigger tip. If you follow me, bigger tip.
Well, I don't follow you, Blaze. Like, am I a bigger tip? I give a whole gill.
Yeah, I'll let Mr. Shovel explain it to you later.
And just when Mr. Shovel talks to me, I get a bit of a headache.
Yeah, it's your brain working. That's all it is. He's motivating you from the inside.
There's nothing quite like self-motivation.
Yes, sir. And we have the Lalas in the red corner, and the Rose in the blue corner. That way you know who's who. Because us Empires, we like to be pretty uniform about our killing sprees and such. Don't want to kill the wrong person. You know.
And Tio gets tagged in. The only member of the blue corner that isn't a row. Still, extremely formidable size. So high, in fact, that he went right over Joshy with that clothesline.
So, 3 rows in an R row walking into a bar, right?
Oh, hey, I think I've heard this one. Is this the one with the? Is this the one with the that ends up that's actually a duck and not a woman?
It's close.
You know,
actually 4 Lalas in a man suit or some woman suit, something like that.
Duck 'em? I thought you wanted me to. I'll watch my language.
Yeah, you better.
Yeah.
Yeah, you better.
Yeah.
We're not sure if it's PG or not yet, so yeah.
Well, as we know, anything rated just PG is an absolute abomination. So.
Well, technically, if it's PG, it should be R then. Just based on the fact that it's PG. Rated R for Abomination.
And that's a little Lala trying to do a big boot. I don't know how well that'll work. Griff caught him with that one.
I think technically it should be a medium boot or something. Maybe a little boot. Shouldn't be a big boot.
Well, I'm fairly certain that he just about kicked Griff in the shins with that big boot. Tried to give him a little sweet shin music.
You mean sweet cankle music.
Well, I'm looking at Bro's legs. They certainly have some evidence there that there is no cankle. There is definitely a separation between calf and ankle.
Well, actually, Bros have a different build than normal. That's definitely a rogue cankle. Yeah.
And getting that devastating suplex to the outside that Lala Land likes to use so much. Looks like Arismont doesn't want to wait his turn. He's getting in there against Griff.
Well, I can honestly say, Griff isn't standing on either side right now. How's he got to land on that? It takes a lot of nerve, this guy.
Well, it says right on our mats, where do you stand? Griff isn't standing at the moment.
We're going to have to put that one in the magazine.
I don't know what the strategy for Lala Land was there. There are no countouts in these types of matches.
Might just be habit. Working that imaginary count in their little heads. You know, sometimes Lala can be very short-sighted to the bigger picture.
Was that just a little joke?
Yeah, it was a small pun at their expense.
I'm sure that somebody out there found it punny.
Well, you know, you always got to add a little tiny bit of humor to the situation.
Well, Rin, who's a little Lala right now, is having some big problems with the Rollers of I'm sorry, it's not the Rollers of Destruction. I'm just so excited tonight, I don't even know who's in the ring anymore.
Let's just call it the Roller Alliance or something. That'll work.
But Big Tat going for a submission. I'm surprised he didn't break Rin in half with that.
I am too.
And Tat just barreling into the what? And Arismont getting thrown at Tat, and the ref got knocked down, and this has turned into a bedlam.
That certainly looks like they're going tit for tat right now.
Hey, we don't know if we're PG, so, you know, watch with the language.
Well, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of tips, we got the ladies match coming up in after the next one.
Oh, now you're going too far. Now you're going. Come on. And you wonder why you got restraining orders.
The Raiders are still on strike.
What? Why are we still paying them there?
Well, you know, it's a unionized job, so.
Seems like we're gonna have to get a battalion of Empire's finest in there. They'll come back to work after some coercion.
Or maybe me and you, Blaze. Maybe we should start a union. You know, we could be the announcer union 420.
I don't think so, Jack.
I just want to be part of
And
something.
I just noticed there's a lot of rows landing on that sign. It's like they're intentionally landing where they should be standing. And I'm not trying to rhyme on purpose. It's just what's happening here.
Well, you're certainly more musically gifted than a lot of musical artists out there today.
Well, yeah, I've heard some of the Eorzean music, and yeah, pretty much garbage these days. You know, the best artists in Eorza these days are pretty much all hyped up on crystals. The big monster-like guys. Yeah.
Well, speaking of monster-like guys, these rows are just giving it to Arismon. I think that might be enough to maybe put him away. No, got out at 2 3/4.
I could definitely see good old Griff ran so far on that one, he crossed the border just to kick him in the head. That's right, the border line. Ooh.
Well, Arismon seems to be taking it all in. He's pretty proud of himself. He is, after all, the Papado champion. It may have been a little bit too much showboating as he got dropped right on the borderline.
Perhaps he should have been a better Intercontinental champion, you know what I mean? That way he'll have an easier time crossing those border lines.
And oh my God, did you see that?
Well,
will you believe that a row can fly?
Yeah, I've seen it happen a few times, you know. Except for the one thing, the Lalas were actually throwing them. At least they're throwing each other this time.
And I think Arismon, the Papado champion, is our first elimination of the night.
Good sir. There lies a tombstone right on the edge of the border. Ship out your dead.
And now it's a 3-on-4 situation. Lala Land has been experiencing some huge success, but now I really don't like their odds tonight.
I've never seen so many little punches in my life. I can't believe that happened a while ago.
Well, regardless, you got to give Lala Land all the credit in the world for even stepping into the ring. It's amazing what they've accomplished.
Indeed it is. I still don't trust them, though. I think they should be disqualified, to be honest with you. Because it seems like all of their blows are low blows.
Well, to be fair, they are aiming high.
Hey, it's all about where it's actually hitting at, though. And those are definitely low blows.
My God, Joshy with a leg drop off the top rope. I'm wondering, though, just how much effect that it had. And now they're just throwing each other across the borderline.
I He may have the colors on, but I wonder if he had his green card. All that cross.
I'm having a little bit of trouble linking your joke to his clothing there. I don't get it.
Well, green. Oh, that's right. You're colorblind. Never mind.
Hey, listen! I don't know why my voice just went so high there. Hey, listen. It's not complete color blindness. It's just partial color blindness. Like, I can't tell the difference between, like, red or green or blue or black or white or gray or green or blue or red. Well, you get the picture.
Yeah, yeah. That's called color blindness, Jack.
It's just partial. Partial.
Would you believe I found a fairy in a jar the other day?
Why would anybody put a fairy in a jar?
I have no clue, but I just found it. I was baffled by it, actually.
Yeah, that'd be weird. Like, I mean, what kind of cool monster would put fairies into a jar?
I have no clue.
You know? Next thing you know, you're putting, like, bugs into jars, and it's just weird.
It is. It is. I think it's more short-sighted Lala strangeness.
And it looks like Griff is going for a walk. How a man that size is capable of walking the ropes, I'll never be able to figure out.
Well, it's a very good quality rope.
They certainly don't skip on the budget when it comes to the rings anyway.
Well, you know, good old dog has always put quality when it comes to his rings and is keeping his athletes safe.
The only thing he keeps safe is his own interests.
That's right, and that's his athletes in his ring, because as long as his business is running, the drinks keep coming.
And did Griff just receive a tombstone pile driver? Griff is out of this match. We're back to a 3-on-3.
Live by the sword, die by the sword. He buried one on the other side of the borderline, and he got buried on the other side. He got two little tombstones. 1, 2, 3, bang. Dead man.
That's two eliminations that we've seen so far tonight. Griff looks a little injured on the outside there. And Tio I don't know what he just did there. He just drove both of his knees. Gosh, you'd be able to make that save closely.
Well, I think we need to find out what the name of that is. You get what I'm doing here. We need to find it out.
Oh, need! I just got that. It's funny. Because he hit him like his stomach was dough, and you need dough.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Well.
See?
Well, on another note, I bought a little pet coral the other day, and he tore up my brand new Empire blanket because he was needing his claws on it. So, there. Have you ever owned a coral before, Jack?
Well, I'll have you know that I have several of them. Now, on top of that, I even take in adoptees and try to find good homes for them.
Do you have a full grown?
Yes, I do. I have 5 full-grown ones. And 1 adoptee.
That you have to have a giant house, because those are some giant cats.
Yeah, you should see the litter box.
Yeah.
Well, on the other hand, maybe you don't want to see it. It's rather gross.
I can only imagine.
Just... But I have one that only has one eye. He's adorable. I call him One Eye because I'm original. I have one that has 3 legs. His name is Tripod. Get it? Hey, Blaze, do you get it? That's funny, right? He has 3 legs, and his name's Tripod. Right?
It sounds like you've been having some type of strange battles with them or something. What's going on?
I'll tell you the full story some other time. It's pretty interesting how I collected my little freak show. But
you don't collect Lalas, so I don't understand.
Because Lalas are sentient beings, you know? You can't just...
No, they don't. No, they aren't.
Yes,
they don't have souls. They don't even have souls. Yeah, I said it, Jack.
They have souls. I dare you say that to Lala Land, they'd probably kick your ass.
No, they can't. Not only do they not have souls, if you look at their shoes don't even have souls. So ha.
Well, you know, wearing soulless shoes can be comfortable depending on what your archetype is.
Their arches don't go that high. They're too small.
I think Rin was trying a Boston Crab there, but unfortunately, to put any pressure onto the back of Bro, he had to grab him by the thighs there. Couldn't reach his ankles to put him fully into the move.
I think it's time to get a restraining order. I know what I seen on grab.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me. You said a restraining order. For some very odd reason, I instantly associated that with me, and I got scared, and I almost phoned my lawyer because I didn't do anything this time.
This time.
Or last time. Or
yeah,
the time before that, or the 14 times. Just, I'm completely innocent. According to my lawyer, who only charges me 3,000 gil a word, 100% innocent. It's really weird, though, how he charges me 3,000 gil a word, and then he always gets really talkative whenever I'm around him. Huh.
Well, called good business practice.
And I don't... Like, I mean, I will literally see him just standing there, and then all of a sudden I'll walk up to him, and then he's got to tell me about his family, and his pets, and his great-grandmother, and how much precipitation that Africa gets in a year, and it's really weird how he knows all these facts.
They're very good facts. They help you learn things. Education is very important. Knowing is half the battle. We believe in that in Empire.
Well, 3,000 gil a word and education is very expensive.
Well, yes, it is. People go in depth over a lifetime for education, actually.
And speaking of an education, Joshy is just learning the ways of a beating right now. He's not getting any reprieve from their corner.
Looks like he's in the deep blue sea with all the big sharks. And by blue, I mean this color of the ring ropes and such. You know.
And that was a long way up and a long way down for Joshy. I think that may be a long walk back to the locker room. No, not quite. Surprisingly, he was able to kick out.
I don't think that was a kick out. It looked more like a spasm to me.
Whatever it was, it's keeping him in the match.
That ref need to get things under control with all these little lalas running around here too. Disrespectful little things.
Well, they're running around, they're flying around, they're doing whatever they can to win this match. And we've seen a lot of cooperation between Tat tonight and Bro. And of course, tons of team-up moves between Lala Land.
They're used to it. That's all they do. Try to jump poor unsuspecting rows.
Well, they're certainly not. They're certainly not jumping him tonight.
Well, actually, I've seen like 3 or 4 of them jump off the top rope. So technically, yes, they're jumping.
You know, I'm not jumping him in the traditional sense, like, you know, like dark alley and yeah, and literal. That's. I totally knew that's what you meant. You know. And oh my God, Tat just shoulder blocked Rin right off the apron into the barricade there.
I just hope this puts an end to them for once and all for all. I'm sick of seeing these little rascals.
Red Potato, who pretty much unionized the Lalas, has opted to sit this one out tonight and give the rest of Lala Land a chance at the pay-per-view. I know he's in the back watching and cheering.
I've seen a lot of tombstones today. A lot of graves on that borderline. We have to start calling it the gun line. Get the machinist out or something.
Well, I'll have you know that machinist is actually one of the best classes.
That is garbage.
Way, way better than Bard.
That is also garbage.
And way, way, way 100 billion times better than Dragoon. Like,
You've lost your mind.
Everybody loves machinists.
If machinists were so good, how come every umpire with a machine gun you've ever seen has never been good for anything?
Well, I'll have you know that one time I saw a Warrior of Light who was a machinist take on just about the entire Empire.
Yeah. You had to be a warrior of light, a guy that doesn't die. You know that guy cheats, right?
Well, to be fair, it seems like a lot of you Empire guys keep coming back. I sometimes wonder if you're not just cloning yourselves. You know, one of you die, and then all of a sudden the clone comes up and takes their place. And
oh, no, we don't. You know, a lot of Empire guys are, well, Jack, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you. A lot of our guys are just NPCs, you know. Just grownless, mindless guys that just come from nowhere. They're fill one purpose. Kill them. And, yeah. You come right back in the same spot. Out of nowhere. It's like, I would say their methods like that always show leap in quantum. Like if you kill one, he gets another opportunity with a guy in his body from the future to do it again. So yeah. Have you ever heard of that one, Jack?
I was just looking it up. I do believe I have heard of this one.
It's a good one.
Leaping Quantum. Huh.
Yes. That's why you can always go back to a dungeon and the guy's back standing in the exact same spot because he got another opportunity. There's somebody else living in his body.
Well, that's got to be kind of a sad existence, though, really. Is that... Wait. Is that why you were trying to sign me up for the Empire Army? Well, I don't want to be an NPC.
You make a great NPC.
I would be a horrible NPC. I have personality, and I flourish, and and people find me interesting and funny. And do you want me to tell you about the rest of my dream that I had last night, Blaze? It was really good.
Well, why not? I know you're gonna mention it anyway. Go ahead, give me something to laugh about.
And I became the LunarBlades champion, which was really nice. And then Dog and Cat and Ed gave me all the company. And then me and you, we went out and we partied. And we met Raven there, and then we got rid of you, and then me and Raven partied, and yeah, went to the beach and held hands and walked in slow.
You're a sad man.
I have no clue what you're talking about. And look at Rin. I do believe that there was an elimination there, and I completely missed it for some odd reason. Yes, we are down to Rin and Joshi on Lala Land.
It seems like these little guys' luck is running up.
Well, they've had an incredible season this go around. And Tat showing some amazing agility there. I think Rin went to go pick him up, and Tat basically just stood up.
I can't even tell the difference between these real guys when they're laying down and standing up. They're so big.
And now
5 feet tall on his back.
And now we're down to 3-on-1. I don't like Joshy's chances here, but he's giving it the fighting spirit.
Somebody better get arts and crafts on the line. I think we're going to need another skullcraft.
Arts and Crafts in action next match. They'll be teaming up with Sonoran, and making his debut will be, I said it again, debut will be Elliot Sairama. They'll be going up against Azrael, Ryan, Maximo, and Dr. Octopus. We haven't seen Maximo in action in quite some time, so that should be an interesting match. Coming up next.
It should. I kind of miss saying Maximo. But that wait.
I'm sure you'll have plenty of chances next match. But for now, we got this match to go through.
I think this one's pretty much over with.
I think, yeah, Joshy's giving it a chance, but the odds are not in his favor. Part of my understanding is that he might have a fairy in a bottle that he might have to use.
So it was his. I knew it.
Big Tat looks like he's enjoying himself on the outside there. And I think this match is all but over. That's a 1, that's a 2, and that's a 3. Lala Land is put to sleep tonight.
Nighty night.
Well, that had to have made you happy.
Well, I've been waiting to see those little guys go down for a while now. You know, putting up with that mess for a while.
To all great things must come an ending. There goes their winning streak. And these four are going to celebrate. Regardless, it was still a hard-fought battle.
How does that ring even hold that much weight?
It's unbelievable. Poor Tio. He looks tiny compared to all the rows in that ring right now. But we'll be back with part 2 of the Borderlines pay-per-view. We'll see you in just a bit.